If you are crying over someone who is probably sleeping peacefully right now, this video is for you. Because the hardest part about a breakup is realizing that the person you would normally run to is the exact person who hurt you. And I know, that hurts. You miss him. You miss the good moments. You miss the texts. You miss having someone. And maybe a part of you is still sitting there thinking, what if he comes back? What if I just wait a little longer? What if he misses me too? But heartbreak happens in phases. And if you understand these phases, you stop feeling like you are going crazy. Because you are not crazy. You are grieving someone you thought would stay. And that is one of the most painful things a person can go through. So if you are in bed crying, checking his profile, reading old texts, or replaying every memory in your head, stay until the end of this video, because the final phase is the moment you stop wanting him back. And most girls do not even realize when that moment starts. So, before we start, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos about relationship psychology, dating advice, and love facts. And tell me in the comments what topic you'd like me to talk about next. All right, my lovies, let's get into it. Phase 1. Shock. This is the phase where it does not feel real yet. You wake up and for 2 seconds, everything feels normal. And then you remember, he is gone. And your whole chest sinks again. This is the phase where you still expect a text. You still look at your phone every 5 minutes. You still think, maybe he just needs space. Maybe he is confused. Maybe he will realize what he lost. You still sleep with your phone next to you. You still stalk his Instagram. You still notice when he follows a new girl. You still wonder why he watched your story so fast. You overthink everything. Every like, every song lyric, every repost. Because your brain is trying to find proof that he still cares. And honestly, this phase is brutal, because half of you knows it is over, but the other half still refuses to believe it. You keep replaying the relationship in your head, the good memories, the inside jokes, the late-night calls, the way he looked at you in the beginning. And because you are hurting, your brain starts turning him into someone he was not. You stop remembering the things that hurt you. You stop remembering the nights you cried. You stop remembering the mixed signals, the disappointment, the disrespect. You only remember the version of him you wanted him to be. And that is dangerous. Because this is the phase where most girls go back. This is the phase where you want to text him. You want closure. You want answers. You want one more conversation. You want him to tell you he made a mistake. But listen to me very carefully. Closure does not always come from him. Sometimes closure comes from accepting that he had the chance to love you properly, and he did not. And that hurts. But it is also the truth that starts setting you free. Phase 2. Missing him. This is the phase where the breakup becomes real. The shock wears off, and now you just feel empty. This is usually the phase where everything reminds you of him. Songs, places, movies, certain words, his favorite food, a random hoodie, a stupid inside joke. You could be having a completely normal day, and suddenly one little thing reminds you of him, and it feels like the breakup happened all over again. This is the phase where you miss him the most, or at least, you think you do. Because sometimes you do not actually miss him. You miss the routine. You miss having someone to text. You miss good morning messages. You miss telling someone about your day. You miss feeling chosen. You miss feeling important to someone. And when that is suddenly gone, it feels like withdrawal. Because in a way, it is. You were emotionally attached to him, to his attention, to his presence, to the idea of him always being there. And now your brain keeps begging for that feeling back. That is why you want to text him. That is why you keep checking if he watched your story. That is why you wonder if he misses you too. Because part of you still believes that if he came back, the pain would stop. But what nobody tells you is this: the person who caused the pain is usually not the person who can heal it. And this is the phase where you have to be so careful, because loneliness can make you romanticize people who were never really good for you. Loneliness can make you ignore the disrespect, the inconsistency, the times he made you feel insecure, the times he made you question yourself. Because when you miss someone, your brain edits out the bad parts. It creates this perfect version of him. And suddenly you are crying over someone who barely existed in the first place. Be honest. If he texted you right now, you would probably answer. Even after everything. Even after the crying. Even after the disappointment. And I know why. Because you are not weak. You are attached. But attachment is not love. And just because you miss someone does not mean they are right for you. Please remember that. If you are still in this phase, I want you to comment the word healing below. Because I promise you, you are not the only girl feeling like this right now. Phase 3. Detachment. This is the phase nobody talks about because it happens slowly. So slowly that you do not even notice it at first. One day you wake up and he is not the first thing on your mind. One day you realize you went a whole afternoon without checking his profile. One day you hear your song and it does not destroy you anymore. One day you stop rereading the texts. You stop waiting for him to come back. You stop imagining what you would say if he called. And the craziest part? You do not even notice when it starts happening. Because healing is quiet. It is not dramatic. It is not one big movie moment where suddenly you are over him. It is tiny little moments, tiny little signs. You laugh again. You sleep better. You start caring about yourself again. You stop blaming yourself for everything. You stop wondering why you were not enough. Because deep down, you finally understand something. You were always enough. He just could not give you what you needed. And that is not your fault. The right person will not leave you confused. The right person will not make you beg for attention. The right person will not make you feel like loving you is a burden. And one day, you are going to meet someone who makes you realize why it never worked with him. But before that happens, you need to survive this part first. You need to let yourself cry. You need to let yourself be angry. You need to let yourself miss him. Because healing is not pretending you do not care. Healing is caring and still choosing to let go. And I know right now it feels impossible. I know it feels like you will never stop loving him. I know it feels like you will never fully move on. But you will. One day you will wake up and he will just be someone you used to know. Someone you once loved. Someone who hurt you. Someone you survived. And that day is coming, even if you cannot see it yet. If this video helped you even a little bit, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to 1001 Relationship Facts for more content about relationships, psychology, and love. If you watched all the way until the end, comment this emoji below. I'd love to see how many of my lovies made it to the end of this video. And if you want to know 7 signs your crush secretly likes you, make sure to watch my last video. It's right here on the channel. Thank you for watching, my lovies, and I'll see you in the next video.